Hey, I'm Jakub from qoliber. I'm here at Meet Magento UK with Mathias Schreiber from Magento Association. So, Matthias, you had a really great, amazing introduction to basically what Magento Association is doing.
Thank you.
Plenty of exciting stuff. So, but it was only 10 minutes, right? So the time was limited. So let me interview you now. What we as a community can do to help Magento Association to grow, to help Magento grow, to be a recognized brand again.
Well, the core thing is that as a non-profit, we rely on funding, right? So obviously, the more people sign up as members, and that can be agencies or tech providers or merchants, the more we can actively do, right? Because the stuff costs money, and we have to somehow work around it. But that's no secret, right?
Yeah.
So that's like one of the pillars that our work is basically based on. The other, equally big, if not even bigger pillar, is community contribution. And I mean, you know enough about that, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff that you guys actually do provide.
But let me stop you. This is not about qoliber.
Absolutely.
How people can contribute without giving money? What's the contribution? How we can help?
So there's hundreds of things to do, and the tasks range from like rather huge strategic things down to very, very minute, easy tasks. So one of the things is we want help in terms of a full-blown open source code-based product strategy kind of thing. So how do we market Magento? It's a really high-level task, right? And then there's other things like code contributions to the Magento code base itself, fixing PRs, helping with the labeling and the organization of issues and pull requests, like really simple things, down to, I think, the most simple thing I can imagine, which is whenever Magento Association or Magento Open Source pushes something onto LinkedIn, just repost it, just comment it, just hit the like button. It's one click. It's so simple. And we have so many people who are part of this ecosystem. Put Magento Open Source and Magento Association as a bookmark. And the last 5 minutes before you quit work in the afternoon is just hit that bookmark, hit the like button so we can trick the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't think that people actually...
Super simple.
I don't think people actually realize how does hitting this little share button or like button actually helps the entire ecosystem because we are reaching higher audience on LinkedIn, on Facebook.
Exactly. And it's also about, it sounds so harsh, but it's about market, it's a show of force.
So, just like YouTube videos, hit and subscribe.
And leave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like, subscribe.
Yeah,
and
but it's not
join.
about Magento Association posts, right? There are plenty of community members sharing a lot of open source modules.
Same thing.
A lot of code source stuff. So anything worth doing, anything contributing from agencies, freelancers, share, contribute, or even just give a feedback, right, on GitHub.
Sure.
That's also a contribution.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of people think that open source contribution needs to be code. That's not the case. If you do marketing and if you live on LinkedIn, just join our social team, and if you see anything, because if you see anything on LinkedIn that you think is worth sharing, and it has something to do with Magento, swap the profile over to Magento Open Source, repost as that. Show appreciation to the community. It's so easy to do. And I have a really hard time believing that someone is so busy that they don't have the time to do one repost per day. Come on, 15 seconds.
So how many reposts should this video have? Couple thousand,
all
right?
of them. Like Chuck Norris would say, we need all the reposts.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, contribution is basically the force which drives the thing that makes the community thrives. So anything will do. Videos, sharing videos, recording videos, writing case studies.
Cases is a big thing. That's something that's new. That you can now put your showcase in your membership profile. So you log into hub.magentoassociation.org, go to your profile, and add your showcases, and we will then display them on MagentoOpenSource.com, like in a filtered or filterable list, like you would expect showcases to be. The important part is, and this is also something to be wary about, is that we don't impose any source of like size limit, right? Because Magento is able to do so much in terms of customer size and project size that it would be a shame to only list like the super upper class stuff, because that might eventually alienate the smaller merchants that still care about owning their own data and owning their customers' data instead putting it into some cloud solution by some random SaaS platform. You know, and we don't want to alienate those people. Those merchants do great work, and they should be able to showcase what they do as well.
Yeah, I think that's the key component that was missing many years ago, because any Magento showcase was like this giant enterprise client with hundreds of modules, with a couple of servers. So the small, medium merchants they weren't even aware that Magento can fit their business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So we need those case studies, like Mathias said. Open Magento Association Hub. There's like actually a link, My Case Studies, where you can submit the projects that you build on. And don't care about the project size. The more case studies we have, actually, the better.
Yeah, and putting in the showcase is like it's like a really short form, like it's like 2 paragraphs of text, because oftentimes both merchants and agencies just think, oh, I need to put a case together. It has to be like a 50-page PDF, something like that. No. Really short, condensed, because it's just a short way, and whoever wants to dive deeper into any sort of case study, people can do that anyways.
Yeah, but a small request, make it about the project, not about yourselves.
That's true.
So yeah, but what about the Magento Association itself? Can you explain a little bit more how committees work? Can people join those committees to also contribute, and how?
Correct. So as a member, you can join any of the committees that we have. So we have a marketing committee, we have the Open Source Community Council, which is in charge of managing all the code contributions. We have an infrastructure committee, which is dedicated people that just love to code. And this is about running our very own Magento store, running the WordPress sites, running the type of free sites that we use, and all the infrastructure things. And now very new is Forger, which is basically the community contribution hub that we're building. And those things just need to be maintained. And it's not a huge task. If you can spare like an hour or 2 a week, that's completely sufficient, because if 1,000 people do that, suddenly we have like 2,000 hours of work a week, and that will get us very far. So that's the easiest one. If there's anything you want to do that's not yet like handled by any of the committees, you can just come up with your own. So we don't have those strict rules around what specific task we want to focus on. If you think, hey, I have this idea, I think it benefits Magento as a whole and everybody in the community as a whole, come up, create a committee, let's go.
Yeah, I remember you saying this on one of the events. Whoever does the work in open source, that person is right.
Correct. That's how it works.
So we need people who basically will start doing things.
Yeah, that definitely helps, yeah. Well, it definitely helps. It's necessary. If we don't, Magento will eventually just fade away, and that would be a pity.
Oh, yeah. So any final words for people watching this?
Well, we got the like, subscribe stuff out of the way. We got the become a member of Magento Association out of the way. Final words. We as the community have to come together and do more. And we can. So it's an open invitation.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Bye.